Recently, the Australian Navy took part in the largest maritime exercise of its kind in the world. The Rim of the Pacific exercise, or RIMPAC, saw 14 nations take part in an impressive display of maritime hardware. Sub-Lieutenant Ellen Shields put together this tribute to the 1,200 ADF members who made RIMPAC a success in 2010.
For a long time we've planned on having salvos of weapons against particular threats, and if we're going to operate in a coalition we need to be able to ensure that we can actually achieve a designated time on top with our allies. So it's the ability to overwhelm an enemy's defence. Warramunga will prosecute one attack with the Canadian ship Calgary and the US ships Benfold and Chosin.
We did a variety of harpoon shoots in the morning. Some warheads, some telemetry from a multinational group of surface ships. We then shifted over to nearly 300 rounds of surface gunfire that actually put the Hulk X New Orleans under the surface. So it was a full and very robust day of live exercise, a lot of great training for about eight ships or so.
It'll prove our capability to conduct ASMD, it'll prove our capability to employ the SM2, it'll prove that we can actually automatically engage targets, and it'll prove we can integrate hard kill and soft kill at the same time.
RIMPAC 2010 has been a very busy exercise for us. We started out just in some short logistics movements of people and stores, and we've branched out into doing long-range movement of personnel, of VIPs, equipment. The decommissioning of the Sea King is going to be a very sad time for all of us at 817 Squadron. The Sea Kings have been flying in the RAN for nearly 30 years, which is about a third of the time that the Royal Australian Navy's been in existence. So when you think of it in terms like that, the Sea Kings have made an enormous contribution to both the RAN but also across Australia in its support to the civil community with a number of tasks, disaster rescues and other types of activities.
RIMPAC's a really great opportunity for us as Australians to come across and benchmark what we're doing across our whole bunch of skill sets against our coalition partners like the Americans, the Canadians, the Dutch. It's just a really good benchmarking activity. They're out on a vessel called the Navajo, which is a US vessel or United States Navy vessel, and what they're doing out there is doing some training activities between the Australian divers, some US Navy divers and some US Coast Guard divers. What they've got sunk out there is it's an old tugboat that they put down specifically for the exercise. It's a great training environment, the water visibility is excellent, the temperature of the water is incredibly comfortable, so you can spend a long time and still get a lot of training value out of some long dives. RIMPAC's a really great opportunity for us as Australians to come across and benchmark what we're doing across our whole bunch of skill sets, and also with that comes the advantages of developing that interoperability and synergy between us and our coalition partners. So if we do go and have to conduct operations, we're far better placed. We know who we're going to do our business with, and then we know a bit more about how we're going to do our business.
I'm quite excited about the emerging ADF amphibious capability. What we practiced and rehearsed during RIMPAC 2010 is exactly the type of work that we expect to encounter once we get the new LHDs or the landing helicopter dock. For the first time, we've actually started to operate along the similar lines as to how we would conduct an amphibious operation. And so for us, this exercise has been a great lead into that.
I understand what you're saying now,
That brings us to the end of another Scuttlebutt, but before we go, and whilst you're checking out Navy's Facebook page, also have a look at the new and improved photo gallery at navy.gov.au. I'm Warrant Officer of the Navy, Mark Tandy. Stay safe.